Welcome everyone to LinkedIn Update Series number 10. We delve in straight into it. Today we have three awesome topics for you. The three topics are being consistent on LinkedIn. What does that really mean? Great question. How to get people to know, like, and trust you. What does this mean also? And why are selfies so important? So my guest, Stewart, Huckett. First question, being consistent on LinkedIn. What does that really mean to you, Stuart?
Right. Well, the consistency is absolutely vital because at the end of the day, people are on here generally to either win business or get a new job. So you need consistency to do that so that you're seen as the right person to give that business to or to get that job from. And consistency, that goes down with time. So the amount of time you actually spend on the platform. It's no good spending Mondays 8 hours on it and then do nothing until the next Monday and do 8 hours again. It's better broken down so that you're consistently appearing, and that helps to trigger the algorithm as well. So if you're constantly commenting, constantly adding value, constantly posting, liking, sharing, if you're constantly doing it, you keep coming up into the feed. And by that just means that then when you do your posts, it gets pushed further. And if you do a live, because they're now shown in the notifications of people, those that have rung my bell and Antonio's bell, they'll be getting a notification that we're currently live. And it just means that the more you are seen, it just helps you build your profile and to ultimately get that new job or get that business type thing. But it's also in your comments. I get a lot of things people say, great post, great share, thanks, awesome, super. Well, that's nice, that's great support for me, but what does it do for them? Not an awful lot. You need to, if you're in sales and you see a marketing post that's really good, then when you add your sales angle to it, you're building your brand of sales into my post, which is about LinkedIn marketing. So it shows it's exposure for you, but then when people read your posts and other things that you do, it's just supporting each other. So again, it just makes you more consistent. And it's the same in everything you do. So your messages, when you connect with someone, yes, it's on a people basis, but it is really, you're thinking about all the time about you, what your brand is, and because at the end of the day, it's your personal brand. We can all do this, we can all do that, but it's your personal brand, and you have to be consistent. So everything you do, people think, that's why Stuart's twisted that back to talking about your LinkedIn profile, because that's what I do. If I just make a random comment, I think, well, I thought it was a LinkedIn person, but that's got nothing to do with LinkedIn at all. It just puts seeds of doubt in people's heads. So you've got to constantly be thinking of your brand and adding value to it. And for that, you have to be consistent through showing up. So the time element, so in your comments, in your posts, any messages you send to people, because that's what it's all about. If you want success, if you don't, it doesn't matter. Some people just like the camaraderie of being on here and chatting to people. I have some regular people that never ever post. They're not interested in posting, but they always add value to things that I do. So I think, well, thank you very much. They want nothing out of it. Some of them are retired. It's just a bit of interaction. So consistency.
Correct. And it's all about what you want to achieve on this LinkedIn platform. As you mentioned from before, it have people who may just comment, but they are not about posting. And consistency is most important. To me, a consistent habit is by posting a particular time every day. So people on LinkedIn, they are privy to the time that you are posting, so they know when it is to go and enter your profile to see your post. If they don't ring your bell, at least they know that, each morning, whether it be 7 a.m., you are posting, they know that. So that is basically consistency and discipline, because you have to be disciplined in order to post every day at that particular time. And when you do things like that, you reap the rewards because you will realize that your engagements will go up and people will tend to reach out to you more. And they may remember you for that. They remember you for this person who is posting consistently at a particular time, and they will appreciate you for doing that because that is a form of discipline.
No, that's absolutely spot on. And in a similar way,
Thank you. Yeah.
we every fortnight, bar holidays that are coming up every fortnight, 12 o'clock British summer time, boom, we're on here for 20 minutes. So people know, and you're right, it's that time. I post at the same time exactly on every day that I do it, and I have favorite days that work for me. There's all sorts of studies that have been done that say it should be at this time and that time on this day, don't do that day. That's fine overall, but it's about what works for you. So you need to do your own analytics on it and just track the success of your posts. If you do them at 7 a.m., I've got one lady that she always posts at 7 a.m. Same thing. She's an early riser like your good self. And it's the same thing. I know that she'll be the first in my feed when I click on. So,
and I think it have to do a lot with your territory also. You supposed to, by trial and error, will know what works for you and what does not work for you. So, for example, if it is that you post 7 a.m. and for maybe a consistent basis of 2 weeks, and let's say you want to try 10 a.m. for a consistent basis of 2 weeks, you could maneuver trial and error and see which works best for you. On this platform, gurus will say you have to post at this time, you have to post at that time, but to me, it's all about your territory zone. That's why we have the feature repost. So like if it is that you was able to captivate your territory at that particular time zone, then after you could repost at a later time to captivate that other territory zone. So repost is, to me, makes sense in that aspect. Other people might come up with different ideas what it might work for them, but in terms of time zones, I think it make more sense where you repost at a different time zone to you to captivate those audience who might be in that time zone. And would like to move on to the second question.
Yeah.
How do you get people to know, like, and trust you? And what does that really mean?
Absolutely, Antonio. I mean, the know, like, and trust. People buy from people first. We've got some spam rubbish coming in.
Yeah, I'm seeing that, yeah.
And there seems to be quite a bit of that happening. I've had other people saying that people have been infiltrating the live streams and putting a load of nonsense on. Just ignore it. Anyway, so the know, like, and trust, it's about building that personal relationship because people buy from people first. So they have to get to know you, like you, and trust you. The first thing, know you. So you have to be seen. They have to see you. So we've talked about timing and consistency and how by doing that, the algorithm likes it and will push it deeper. So, and we were having an interesting conversation off air, and part of that was that although we don't like motivational quotes, but some people that it works for them and that's what they do and they fulfill their agenda. You're primarily marketing, so it's sales with a marketing edge. I'm LinkedIn marketing and how to get out of the platform. That's fine. And then, but by throwing in the right sort of motivational video, preferably like the one that you did this morning, Antonio. So it's worth people going and have a look at that. It's a very clever one. I really like it.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's just gone mad. And in the first hour, you've already had 10 shares on it, which is just, wow. That's just amazing. And you think, oh, yeah, but that's not what it's about. It's about sales and marketing. But it's about his brand. So this will go to a much wider audience. So they'll then dip in and see who is Antonio. I think, all right, okay, that's what he normally does. Oh, you're right, okay. So he's building his audience so that the more people have a chance then, and they will come back in and they'll follow your other stuff. And that will get better engagement. So it's clever, but it's just playing with the algorithm.
And that is basically too also by trial and error, because how would you know it would go viral? You have to like trial and error for yourself. So sometimes people tell us what to do, but if we don't try it for ourselves, how it is that we will see that if it really works?
Yeah, No, absolutely right. So, the first thing is you've got to be seen, and we've just sort of digressed a bit, but it just says, right, okay, you're out there, Antonio's out there, Stuart's out there. So now your target audience has to like what you post and how you post. So from my perspective, it's just adding value and showing people how to win more business or get a new job on LinkedIn. So fine. So it's then building that through to you, the person, and they have to really respect what you post, and then people will think it might just be following you, put a like in, or the silent people, but then all of a sudden the silent people come up and say, Stuart, he will sort our company page out and the problem that we've got there, because they remember it, and boom, they're in consistently that. And that's really what it's about, and that builds that trust within people, because they constantly see that I'm helping people. A lot of it is for free, but obviously there's a paid agenda as well. So 80% of my time is the paid stuff, 20% is helping people, and by helping people, building my brand, and people then get to know, hopefully, and trust my ability. And it's the same with your setup, Antonio.
And just yesterday I had a conversation with a young lady, and she had a business translating different languages and also content writing. But she have never shown herself on LinkedIn in terms of like when she's providing content, or not even being on video like how we are being on a live video. And I told her, I said, people buys from people. And yes, you might be posting your content, but it's not relating to you, or you're not even showing yourself. You have to be personal and also provide your expertise in a content form, letting people know exactly what you do. And she said that, based on her religion, she don't have a problem with basically going out there, but it's just that what other people may think of her. I said that if it is that you are into business and you want to grow your startup business, because she's only started her business about 2 to 3 months ago, I said,
Okay.
You have to put yourself out there. Go before the camera, do videos, let people know who you are, what you represent, and you will see business coming your way. If you continue operating in the manner that you are operating, businesses will not come your way. And she have a target that she would like to reach in the August vacation. So in order to reach that target, she have to do more than usual. So that is where people build trust in you, when it is that you show up yourself on camera and you let people know that you're available for being on different podcasts, being guests on other people's lives. So in that way, now you build that credibility going forward.
That's right. That really brilliantly leads on to the third point, which I called why a selfie is important. Selfie, everybody's doing them on their camera and whatever. Although, in fairness, just jumping aside on that, when we used to go on holiday, take hundreds of photographs of scenes and things, and you think, boring, because when you look back at them years to come, you just see a bunch of trees or a nice view. So I've always said to my wife, my daughter, right, stand over there, and then at least when you look back at the thing, you can see, they were smaller, younger, all that sort of stuff. It's a bit of fun. But selfies is such a big thing, and it is really, because it's about getting the person across, which is what we've just been saying, and doing the videos, and it's very difficult to do, and it's very difficult to be live because you've got this camera thing looking at you, and you all feel, oh, what happens if I say this wrong? And all sort of scary. But start off the easy way, and we've said this before: do your voice pronunciation, do your profile video. So you have a 10-second and then a 30-second little video, and you can just practice it. And the more you do it, you won't be staring at the camera. You'll come across more natural eventually. And then that leads you through to doing vlogs, the video blog things. And you're very good at these, Antonio. You do a lot of them, so people can click onto your profile and just see all the ones that you do. You pick a topic, you stand there, all sorts of different backgrounds. I think it's better you do yours live outside in the raw, and I think that's the way to do it, because it helps the human brain
true
follow you and understand it, and it's better for you as well, because you're outside rather than in a studio
Mm-hmm.
type. So that's a really good thing to do. And then that then leads to doing the lives, which you've said. And you can either host them, which you very kindly do for this show, and I know you
Yeah.
do others as well.
Thanks.
Totally different topics, and that's a really good thing to do. It's very kind. There are lots of people that can do that. And then you get on and you can, the latest thing, which is absolutely brilliant, which is rolling out to more and more places, is the reels. So
Yes. The
the
reels.
carousels
Mm-hmm.
are amazing, and they have a very high um, distribution rate, if you like. It's favored by the
Mm-hmm.
algorithm. But now the things that are getting more than that are the vlogs, which you do. So
Yeah.
they're getting better attrition and stuff than us playing carousel. Now you can merge the two, so you can have videos set, and you swipe to the third page, the fourth page, and you've got another little, just a short clip, 10 seconds or what have you,
Mm-hmm.
and build them like that. And people are putting animations in it, and all, and it's just amazing. But it's
Yeah,
quick.
it's amazing. Yeah, it's quick and very creative. And that's the thing on this LinkedIn platform. We have to be creative. We have to come up with our own ideas. The best way to grow is always to do the opposite. Don't do the same as other people do. Be creative, unleash that creativity out of you, and
Yeah.
execute it. At the end of the day, in this game, in content creation, it's all about trial and error. And sometimes you fail, sometimes you will win. But at the end of the day, you will realize where you went wrong and you'll be able to improve. And that's the whole idea, on LinkedIn, to be putting out content, because we are seeing that when we check radio ads, TV ads, it's so expensive that a startup company or someone who now start up their own service provider business, they don't have the finances to go and advertise on radio, to advertise on TV. But what they could do is be creative and put out consistent content on, not even on LinkedIn, but all the other free social media platforms, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and so forth. It have others also, but that's the top, I would say, that you should post content out there.
But it's getting that uniqueness across as well. So you don't copy people's formats. We
Mm-hmm.
deliberately don't copy people's formats in the way we do this, or those that I've studied and seen, because we're putting our own personality onto it.
So true.
You can
Yeah.
have, as Antonia does, a lovely professional back screen, or you can have a very plain office with all my golfing memorabilia all over the place with
Yeah.
another golfing one. So that's fine. You've got to be different because it's you, the personality, and it links
Correct.
all of these three topics together, because it's just people need to know, like, and trust you. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what we try and
And
do,
then
just be natural. Because if we met in a
everybody have,
room, we'd be
yeah,
chatting. So we're just doing it on here. So it's
and
great. I love
everybody
LinkedIn.
have their, yeah, everybody have their own DNA. Basically, it's a reason why each person have a different DNA, because we operate differently from everyone else. Some people try to emulate someone, which you have to know how to emulate it. Come just like this. In sales, you will have a script how to go about cold calling a not a customer but a lead, right? Because the person did not become a customer as yet. And in the script, it's all about you not being robotic, but it's all about you flowing. Same way when you may emulate someone, it's not to emulate everything that that person put out there in terms of content, but to take maybe their content as a template and use that in order to be unique in your content creation.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. I have my one bonus feature, which
Thanks.
we sort of mentioned it before in another one, but what I like to do, because I get a lot of, I spend hours, sadly, each day reading a lot about LinkedIn and from all the other trainers and gurus
Okay,
out there.
awesome. Hmm.
And what I do, I like to some of them are so detailed, I like to read them at a different time because I've got too many things going on in the working day. So if you click the three dots, you have an opportunity to share and on the share and how you want to, where you want it to go. Now,
Hmm.
I've said before that I click and I send it as an email so that it
Hmm.
comes into my email, I put it into a file and that's there. But I did mention before that now they're allowing us to share it across the different platforms, so Facebook, and Twitter, and I thought, oh, what's that about? That's a bit strange. But it's actually now appearing, not in all of mine, but it appears. I think probably the person that's posted plus you, the reader, have to both have that new feature fitted. So sometimes it does come up, and I can just ping it off to Twitter if I wish to, but I don't because I'm LinkedIn. I just send.
Yeah.
But it's just there's so many things going on. There's so many things in beta that they never come out. You see it, you think, oh, that's great, brilliant. It dies. But this is one that actually has come through my feed, so maybe it will become for everybody.
Yeah,
We'll
understand. Well, this conversation was really nice with these 3 topics today, and LinkedIn Update Series number 11, as we host this bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, right? Wednesday, 7 a.m. EST and 12 p.m. What's your time zone? BST?
BST, British Summer Time.
BST. All right. Awesome.
Sadly, the next fortnight, sadly, yeah, it's sadly, well, sort of, yeah, depends how you look at it. I'm away on holiday, so I won't have the facility to be able to do it there. So
okay,
we will slip, but we'll tell everybody when it's going to be. And I have to say, I've already thought about it because I know I'll be in holiday mode when I get back. So I've already written what we're going to do. And there's some amazing things that have come out, and I'm really looking forward to sharing them.
Yeah, awesome. And thank you very much, Stuart, for today, sharing all these valuable tips. And anything that you would like to share to the audience before we close off?
No, just basically be consistent and think, what do you want to get out of it? What do you think your customers or your new employer would like to see from you in order to give you that piece of work or give you that job? And just be consistent with it and enjoy it. Any issues, direct message either myself or Antonio, and we'll do our best to help you along.
Definitely.
So take care, everybody, and see you in 4 weeks on this occasion.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.